Because the most important things in life aren't things, I'm proposing a patented pet health insurance option which would go on your homeowners. There are over 200 million dogs and cats, growing at 5% in U.S. households. Now, to put things in perspective, there's less than 2% that have pet insurance on their dog or cat, their companion animal. But in Britain, where they spend 30% have pet insurance, and yet they spend 20% less per capita. The question becomes why, after 20 years, Britain has 30% and we have only 2%. 3 reasons. Number 1, gotchas. The pet insurance that's been basically offered hands you an umbrella when it's not going to rain. Whether it's per incident or it's per condition, it doesn't pay, and there's been a high amount of what's called churn in the industry. Number 2, it's costly. Because it's a standalone policy, the acquisition costs, which are ads, commissions, etc., are extremely high as a percentage of the policy. Whereas if it's on a homeowner's policy, the acquisition costs are 10, 20%, maybe 5% thereafter, versus maybe 150% on a standalone policy. Number 3, it's inconvenient to purchase. It hasn't worked. 20 years, less than 2%, while we're spending $60 billion a year on our dogs and cats that have increased even during the recession. What would be the benefits, both to the companion animal owner, guardian, pet parent, and to an insurance company or the insurer's insurance company? They're called reinsurers. First of all, it would reduce premiums because of those acquisition costs, the marketing, the commissions, the ads, by at least a third, making it less expensive. Secondly, it would be more convenient because it would be on your homeowner's policy. For your companion animal and for your well-being, if we know that the average insured in Britain, pet, dog, cat, lives 2 years longer than the same of the breed. If it's only 1 year longer, and we had 15%, not 30%, 15% penetration is what it's called in marketing, instead of 2%, that would save effectively 1,250,000 dogs and cats a year. Not only that, because on this patent, there's what's called a dependent claim for minimum vaccination by law. Yes, we're over-vaccinating. 150,000 dogs and cats per year would be saved. This is very personal for me. There's less than 1 person in the U.S. who contracts rabies from a domesticated dog, yet 63% of all small animal visits for dogs and 70% for cats are for the rabies shot. It's up to a 14,000% markup, but I won't go into that right now, gross markup, between the shot, the required office visit, and that doesn't include upsells or adverse reactions. For the homeowner insurance company, as well, that's called a direct writer, as well as the reinsurer. Remember I said the insurance companies insure. Here are the benefits. First of all, it's a 1% retention rate. That means 1% less lapse. One insurance company told me in 1998, on 40,000 policies, 1% of not lapsing was worth $14 million to the bottom line. Now take a large company that's got 20% of market share. It's got 17 million. Think about what that means to them just from retention, not lapsing. That doesn't include profitability, nor does it include taking market share. Why would they do that? Because it's what's called a switching cost. Would you leave your policy, your homeowner's policy, once your dog or cat has a pre-existing illness, for a $50 or $100 savings to another company, which would cause them to say that's a pre-existing illness that's excluded? So it's a switching cost for them, that it keeps the policy in force. For the reinsurer, that's the insurer's insurance company. That means, let's say there was a $1 million policy on your life. They may insure your insurance company $500,000 of it, but $500,000 they would sell to a reinsurer company and get a commission, let's say. They could be what's called the Medical Information Bureau, which means they would be doing all the underwriting. It's called facultative reinsurance, which would give them a greater longevity or tail over their insurance, their book of insurance. There's another thing that's facing the insurance companies, of why now more than ever in the property and casualty, which includes homeowners policies, that they would want to do homeowners policies with pet insurance. It's called the driverless car. Now, there'll be gradations of driverless cars that stop accidents. I'm not just talking about somebody watching a movie and not driving, but maybe in the future. The insurance industry, I'm talking the larger ones, in Best Review are estimating that over a 2 to 4 year period, they will lose $30 billion, maybe $40 billion of premium, because there'll be less accidents, less people driving, etc. At 15% of market share, not 2%, the pet insurance would be $12 to $15 billion of premium, replacing part of that lost premium. So what I have to offer, which should have been done by the insurance companies themselves, not this former fee-only financial planner who was a co-founder of NAPFA, the largest fee-only organization, author, 2 books enough, author of Trust Me, I'm Not a Veterinarian, all about the over-vaccination, etc. What this is a patent that puts as an option on your homeowner's policy pet insurance with that dependent claim for a discount for minimum vaccination by law, which again will cut premiums a third, maybe higher, which will create a switching cost for the direct writer, the homeowner's company, to keep their policies in force. But more importantly, because the most important things in life aren't things, our dogs and cats. It'll save 1,250,000 dogs and cats a year, 150,000 from economic euthanasia. It will change the industry. What I'm seeking is a closer, meaning someone who can make this happen. This patent has been since 2007. To make this happen with a reinsurer or insurance company to the criteria that has been set out. No gotchas. Reduced cost, low complaint ratio, etc. I hope to hear from you. This is Jim Schwartz, Eish Kelev, a man of dog in Hebrew. I can be contacted at manofdog01@yahoo.com. Hope to hear from you. The most important things in life are not things. That's how I believe about my Simcha, my standard poodle. Thank you for watching.